Welcome, guys, to ILW Pod. I'm your host, Justin Wright. Today, we are welcome with Leo Dagr8. How are you doing, man?
Doing good, my brother. How about yourself, man?
Doing great. As we talked off camera, always a blessing to have one of you guys from the A4 on here. I see you got some championship gold over there. What's
Oh
that?
yeah, brother. Right here we got the SWO, brother. SWO Junior Heavyweight Championship.
That's a
Got this
nice
in
belt.
oh yeah, brother. Got this in when you say Hattiesburg, Mississippi, around June.
Okay.
Around June. They've been champion since. First defense was last October. This October against
Okay.
Mr. Danger. So yeah.
Another guy from the A4.
Yes indeed. I know you heard of. Know you heard of.
I've been trying to get him on here. I watched
Right, right.
after the first time I actually saw him was when he jumped off that U-Haul at the
Mm-hmm.
GCW show.
Yeah.
And uh, then I talked to Grayson Pierce. He was on here, and afterwards he mentioned try to get a hold of Danger. So I've been trying to track Danger down to get him on here.
That boy hard. He a hard get. I tell you that.
Nah, but
Cool,
he's
man.
he's he's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. That's people,
Um,
bro. Oh,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
Oh no, yeah. I'm just saying, like these people, bro. Like he, like actually the first guy. Like as soon as I came down to Atlanta, as soon as I moved, like the first day, picked me up, chopped it up, went straight to the floor, train. So yeah,
Nice.
me and him been tight since then.
Solid guy then, huh?
Solid, solid as you can be, bro.
That seems to be the like anybody from the four. That's what I've heard is they're pretty much all solid individuals. I haven't had one guy on here that say there isn't somebody that's from that school that isn't solid.
Oh, bro, it's like family, bro. It's just like it is. You know, everybody come together. We all gotta do the same thing at the end of the day. So I mean, you gotta work together. Can't be no beef and no bad blood with that, bro.
100%, and it's nice to show the friendly camaraderie, the respect, the want to build each other up, especially in a business that can be very cold. Like,
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. You can them cold shoulders, dog. They there. I tell you that for a fact.
before we get into like the meaty questions, I always start off with like social media handles and like upcoming matches, just so we get those out of the way, nobody forgets. You want to tell the viewers like where they can find you?
Find me at Instagram at underscore Leo the Great. Instagram, other Instagram is on Leo period the Great. That's my backup. Don't even really use that one, so don't even look for me on that. So Twitter, Iceman the Great, and Facebook, Leo Winfrey Jr. That's where you can find me at.
Okay, you got any up?
Upcoming. Oh,
Yeah,
you go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
good?
I was gonna ask about dates.
Yeah, upcoming dates. Right now we're looking at. Let me check my Palm Pilot real quick. I want to say the 29th. I'm supposed to be back down. Yeah, 29th. Back down in Mobile, Alabama for DCW, Diamond Championship Wrestling. Down at the Bullet
Okay,
Bob Armstrong Arena. So
nice.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you do a lot of traveling then?
Actually, this year here recently has been my busiest year in traveling. Like, it's been off and on here recently. So, you know what I'm saying? This year has been the year that I actually like stepped it up and actually like wanted to like go out more and put my feet in the water and like get in the traveling way.
So like you mentioned Memphis. Obviously like you did your training in Georgia. Has there been any other states or any places like that you can check off the list as like, hey, I've been there, done that?
In Mississippi. I'm gonna
Miss,
get that confused.
my bad.
Mississippi. No, you good, you good. I want to go to Memphis though. I heard some good things about Memphis. But I want to go like what? LA, New York, just other, just travel, get out there and see sights and stuff, and actually like put my feet down on the land and actually like network with those guys out that way.
Is it something that's like, um, would you say it's easy to do, or is it difficult to try to get bookings in other states and further away from like your home area?
And for some folks it may not be, but me. Just me in particular. I'm more like a homebody, so it's kind of like me trying to break out of that comfort zone and actually like get out that way and actually want to be out and be seen because I'm more of a like in house. Like I don't really want to be out there in front of folks sometimes. But like I said here recently, I've been like trying to break out that shell. So it's been getting fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been
Okay,
stepping up here recently. So yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
as far as questions goes, I usually always start with the easy one. We always have like a story of like when we like start liking wrestling, when we start watching wrestling. Um, what's your like? What was your first introduction to this sport?
Dog. Woo. See now, everybody always have their own interpretation of how they came to the like seeing the business and stuff. Like you could tell me that oh no, if you seen this, so you seen it like longer than that. But no, in my eyes, I want to say like the first encounter with wrestling had like my dad used to have like these VCR tapes. He used to take wrestling all the time. Pop one in just off willy nilly, just being curious. I think it was right after WrestleMania 20, like a highlight reel. And
Okay,
ever since then, just been hooked. Like it caught me. Just that whole highlight reel package was like, dang, I want to let me sit back and actually watch this. And ever since then, just like actually paying attention to it and actually like getting to know all the wrestlers and having fun with it, like getting lost into it, like what you're supposed to. So yeah, it's like since then, it's like it's
okay,
been there. I always been there, going through school, bullies, it kind of down your dreams, you know what I'm saying? It gets suppressed in a while. So, I had to come back out, I had to crawl back out of that way and find it again around like 2018. Like actually like wanting to pursue being a wrestler. So yeah, ever since then I've been trying to hit the ground running with that. So that's it.
okay. Growing up, were you a sports kid?
Hey, dog, it's funny enough. They always say you should play sports and all that. Never really got into football, basketball, baseball, none of that sport. Like PE wise, you play that of course. But other like actually being on the team, nah, it went for me. I was a band kid. I was a band kid, dog.
I
Play.
understand.
Yeah, bro. It was rough. But no, I played trumpet, bro. Went all the way to collegiate with it. Went to
Oh,
Alcorn State University. Yeah, spent a little time out there with it. It was fun.
so did you get to go to college at all and experience the college life at all?
Like I said, Alcorn State University went there for like the year 2017. Did my thing out there. It was a little hit and miss here and there. Being away from family. Like I ain't gonna lie. They were saying it takes a toll on you. I'm really listening to it, but it takes a toll on you. A
No,
lot of
it
people don't
definitely
talk
does.
about that. So yeah, I found out that like college like really went for me. Hunkered back down, went back home, tried to figure out life until I realized that what around like 2019, my brother had moved back down to Atlanta. I was like, let me see about some wrestling schools. I went to Google. Lo and behold, popped up WWA4 ATL. I was like, huh. Let me type into that, get into some more information, seeing the price about the membership. I can save that up. No problem. Got with a good job, hunkered down, like I said, stack that bread, deal with a lot of bullshit. Not gonna lie to you. But yeah, we failed and got down. Now we here.
Tell me what that first experience at the A4 was like, walking through the door, wanted to, talk to Fox or whoever. What was that like?
Oh, bro, it was crazy. Not even gonna lie to you, bro. It was early. Early. So it wasn't nobody there but me, Danger, and Fox. Got up in there, shook his hand, let him know that I paid first. So like you don't want to be no stranger. Like who was this guy just walking in? Nah, let him know it was me, who the guy was. I paid my money. Let me go and put my shoes on. Let's get to work. But I already, before coming down here, I had already trained like a month or so down in the little school where I won the actual championship right here, SWO down in Poplarville. like a good little month. Got my feet wet down there. Took a couple of bumps. Like learned the rope, like the basics and all that, to get me prepared to come down here, sort of thing. So yeah.
What was, excuse me, what was the training like at the other facility, not the A4, but the other one? What was that month like?
Oh, it was an eye opener, bro, because it's like night and day compared to the A4 style, excuse me, and the SWO style. Because with the A4 style, you have more of an indie, like modernized style. Excuse me. With SWO, you have more of a traditional Southern territorial style. There's more of
Okay.
the territories down that way. Like you have like the country crowd, like it's big crowd, and I can get that, but it's more like the country crowd, like the dirt roads, all those. But it's fun. It's an easy crowd to work. And like they get into it. They really love the wrestling down there. So yeah, training down there, I can say I learned a lot down there. Like it's real eye opening. Let you get let you know what you can and can't do from the start. Like let me know like at the beginning, nowhere near high fly. I had to shut that down real fast. I just stick to my strengths, and from there, since I didn't stay that long, I really can't say I learned too much. But then moving to the four, I was able to expand on that.
Okay, so like, do you prefer that traditional style or the modern indie style?
Not even gonna lie to you, we had a match, me and Danger. We had it was like a culture shock to him. I want to say we had a traditional crowd, but with the modern match, blown away, 5 star. But I honestly would say that I really would like the traditional style more. It's more of a character storytelling base. I really like to actually get the crowd involved, actually tell a story, evoke the emotion from the people, and actually get them invested in really who want to win that match. That's really that's what I grew up on, basically. All WWE. That's me. I like storytelling. That's you gotta hook me. I gotta really want to hate you. I really want to love you. And that's how I
Definitely.
am.
One thing like going through your socials and stuff, looking at your matches, I noticed you do the Swanton 450.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got
How do you come up with that? Or did you see it
that.
somewhere else?
I seen it somewhere else. Gotta give credit where credit is due. The great Leon Slater, dog. I seen him do it first, and then it intrigued me. I was like, damn, if he can do it, I know somebody else can do it. Maybe even try. I might be able to do it. So went to the floor one day. It was bullshitting. Had the pad out there. Got up to the rope. Stood there and just thought about it. Like it's a simple math. This shouldn't be too hard. I already know how to do a swanton. I already know how to do a 450. I just combined it. First try, nailed it. Everybody stopped. Like, did we just see what we think we just saw? Do it again. We went up there and did it twice. Nailed it the second time. I'm looking around like, all right, hold on. This shit's starting to get a little fun here. Went there for a third time. Third time's a charm, always. Third time, I think that was my perfect time. That's the one I have on my Instagram right now with the slow mo. I think that's like the perfect time I ever hit that. I can't really get that form no more because really be in the moment, but that form right there was like my perfect form on that move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Leon do it. Is it something like because Leon's from the floor as well? Is it something that you noticed it because he was from there, or did you just see it because you saw him do it?
Really, you just blew my mind because I didn't even know that. I didn't even gonna lie to you. Didn't know he
Really?
was from the four as well. So yeah, you just showed me something I didn't know. So I have to do my homework.
I'm
That's
about
what that said.
90% sure from going through the website. Like that's something I try to pay attention to is who the alumni is. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty yeah, Leon's definitely on there because there's
And
pictures of him and Fox backstage at NXT.
you talking about Leon Ruff, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
you
I'm
talking
getting my
about Leon Ruff.
Leon's mixed up.
Yeah, to Leon. Leon
My
Slater.
bad.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
bad.
you good, you good. It's a good name to get mixed up, bro. 'Cause they always called me Leon when I was coming up. That's actually my uncle's name too. That's the funny part. So
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, the Leo, yeah, it's close. So yeah, I get mixed up with it a lot too. But
Uh,
yeah,
Speaking of names, how'd you
hmm
get your name? Like, where'd you get
oh,
Leo the Grape?
and it's funny, dog, how I got actually just the great part. It came back from when I was in Alcorn. Just seen I had kind of like a cocky feeling. Shouldn't have, but at that time, feeling myself, I felt like I was the great. But I kind of wanted like to spell a little differently than anybody else. So I just came up with it like that, carried it on to the wrestling. I was like, man, I might as well just call myself the great. I feel like I'm the great. Can't nobody match my intensity in the ring, so why not be the great? And so it just carried on from there until right now I just added on Briggs to the name. That's just like a little moniker, you know what I'm saying? Just down at DCW right now. But it's really just Leo the Great.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
And like I like the number aspect. Throwing the number in there, you don't see that a lot, especially like in wrestling. And it's a name that'll pop out on a card. Like you look at a match card, you see that, and you're like, okay, let's see who this guy is. See what he's got to do. See if he's really the great.
Oh man, you gotta look the part to be the part. And yeah, man, I plan
Speaking
on
of
being
looking
like
the
that.
part, you know, you kind of look like a body guy. Is it something that you do you focus a lot on? You know, nutrition, working out, staying to look the best on the card.
Just about what an hour ago, I just left the gym. So it's kind of funny you said that, but yeah, I really take that serious. Like preparation is the only luck you have in this business, coming from the great Booker T. So I take that to heart. I always have to stay prepared, no matter what, and especially looking the part. You always gotta have that it factor and that look. You want to like pass that airport test. Like, damn, he like he like he does something, and I get that a lot anyway. So I feel like yeah, I done took that to a test to where it's like I have to be able to like in order to get seen a certain way, you have to look a certain way. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, like around 2018, when I realized that I could actually do this, hit this gym. Just just start going sporadically then until my cousin hit me up just off the strength. He had a membership. I wasn't doing that at the time. You want to go to the gym with me? I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that. And since then, it was just like I've been hooked ever since then. Going through there, staying there like what, so 12 a.m. all the way to like 3 or 4 in the morning. Just, hey, just going crazy, supersetting all kind of things. So I'm just like, yeah, I always been that body guy around there. So.
So you're a nighttime worker, like you work out at nighttime is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I prefer nighttime. Prefer
Is
nighttime.
is it one of those? Hey, there's less people there. Less. I can just focus on me. I ain't got to worry about if this other guy is trying to do the same stuff I'm doing, stuff like that.
Exactly. Exactly like that. I feel like I can touch everything in that gym without nobody coming behind me, changing anything, trying to ask me if I'm using this still. And no, I got no interruptions. I can go in, go out, and do exactly what I need to do.
Okay. Um, do you prefer to like? Are you a by yourself kind of person, or do you go like find a gym partner and go work out like that?
Kind of both. I it really doesn't really matter to me because I go in and I do my thing anyway. So it just really depending on if anybody want to come with me. So like, you want to come with me? I'm gonna train you hard. Like you damn near gonna do the same I do, which is like less weight. But I'm going to go hard in that gym. Like in like what 30 minutes, I can do a lot. So you'll look at me like, is he really doing what he's doing? Yes, I'm really doing what I'm doing. So like,
Um,
go ahead.
does does working out help you be able to do the athletic things that you do in the ring, like the Swanton 450 or other moves that most normal people can't do?
Yeah, I feel like it does because you gotta have your body acclimated so where it can be able to take the punishment that you're dealing out to it. Our bodies aren't meant to be able to, just hit the mat 24/7 and just get right back up. Like, no, that's crazy. That's foreign to our bodies. basically, is what I'm saying. So it's like, nah, you have to, in labor, to be able to take that punishment, you have to at least have some muscle or some kind of meat on your bone to be able, like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, okay. I
I
don't
get
want to
you.
call nobody skinny.
You got to condition yourself.
Yeah, yeah, you have to condition, you have to stay in shape, and you have to look the part.
Is it something that like being kind of like a body guy is something where like you see somebody getting into the business and let's say they're not, is that something like you might advise them, hey, maybe you should go beef up a little bit, just something like that? Do you ever do that?
Got to, because sometimes when you tell people that, they get in their feelings and they tell them, oh, I can still do what you do without being in the gym. It's like, yeah, you can, but you look like shit. You look like shit, brother. You need to get in the gym, throw some weights around, and I guarantee everything will look 10 times better because you got everything. It just, your body's not right. I'm telling you, it plays a part in the way how you want to be booked and how you want to be seen. Like, trust me, I've seen a lot of people that be like, nah, the gym not for me. I can go do this and be great doing this and doing that. It was like, oh, it's cool. But how far would you get? Tell me that. How far would you get? Not
Well,
to
like
sound, not like that, but it's the truth. How far
you're
you
not,
get?
yeah, you're not wrong because like even you look at the top of the mountain, you have Cody Rhodes, who's recently even went on record to say, look, these people pay us a lot of money to go and do what we do, and we're supposed to look a certain way. And if they pay to see you and they want to talk shit because we don't look good, they paid to do that. So, which is not wrong, I guess. Like outside looking in, I don't see the where he's wrong in that.
Might get a little heat, might not take it over me. Hey, you gotta look the part. That's all I'm saying. You gotta look the part.
Definitely. Um, moving into something else, reeling it in a little bit. Uh, would you like to tell us the story behind winning the SWO Junior Heavyweight Championship? What did that build look like, and what did that moment mean to your career?
Oh yeah, bro. So it started around when I first made my debut. I think that was March. Went in, did my thing, had my first match, and then this guy named Steve O'Malley started beating up on this female named Sadie. So I came out Sadie today, kind of started talking trash. So it kind of like escalated toward then. Kind of got a first match around like April for the first time I had the belt. Kind of sneaked me, played some little trickery. He got away with the dub. You know how that goes. Second match, I want to say that was what, May 18th. It was like trying to remember. My brain is hazy. I ain't gonna lie, but
You're good.
yeah, May 18th. It was a regular match. He first time I ever got hit with a chair. Not gonna lie, that shit stings. Beat my ass with a whole chair, dog. So ended up coming back for the rubber match, the third match, ended up being a Poplarville street fight inside Poplarville. I had, give me one second, I'm gonna show you what I had, brother. Since he wants to hit me with steel chairs, I had to bring out one of these, brother, from
Okay,
my very own special made kendo stick. Straight bamboo, all bamboo. So
I
you
like
know
it.
how it coming.
That's
You
gonna
know
hurt.
how it coming. Beat his ass. Gave him his receipt, dog. I needed that one. Then he decided to wear me out some more with a chair. But prevailed in the end, brother. And meaning that championship, like I can go ahead and say, winning this championship kind of meant a lot. In a way, it was kind of bittersweet because at the same time, the past year, mom passed. So it's kind of like it was rough. That whole 2023 year didn't do anything. Like to me, I seemed like I was all right. Other people, I was down. So you know what I'm saying? It hurt. It rocked me, boy. It rocked you, boy. So I didn't really start picking it back up till 2024. So, she didn't never get to see me actually win my championship. But I always felt like she was there with me because, ever since I came back, I always was right. Every single family member, like starting from my mom, my dad, all my sisters, if I could write them all on my wrist, I could. But all my sisters and my brother, just always just had they on my wrist. So that way I feel like they always be with me in the ring. So it's like she was kind of there with me in spirit, but still, it kind of still sucks that she wasn't there. But all in all, your boy is still champion. Your boy is still champion, so it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, next challenge, bring it on.
From looking at pictures and stuff of you with the belt, it looks like you're a very proud champion.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta be, bro. You have to be.
Holding a title, holding a championship sorry, do you think it has a certain amount of pressure and makes you want to hold yourself to a higher level?
Yeah, to me it does. I ain't gonna lie. It's like they look at you a certain way now. Like if this company is putting their backing against you, like that they put all their chips on the board. Like, hey, we trust this guy right here with this belt to lead this company and do things that we haven't seen yet. So it's like, yeah, there's kind of that pressure. It's like, all right, so at each match it has to be better than the next. If you ask me, I pride myself on that. Like I always want to, like the nuances, is this right? Is that right? Like really critiquing myself. Like everything has to be not perfect, because we're human, we're gonna make mistakes. But it has to be like not to say like, but to say WWE quality. Like I want you to think like, oh, I can watch this, like put this and this side by side with WWE. It's like I'm watching the same thing almost. So
Yeah.
like I kind of like I want to be like one of those best. So it's like having this championship is like it's like almost like a badge of honor almost. I want to say like it's kind of like my work has been recognized, even though I feel like I haven't done a lot, sort of say. But other people have been seeing me and seeing my work, and I appreciate that. So it's like yeah, it means a lot.
Would you consider it a milestone?
Oh yeah, of course. It's first championship, brother. First of many at that, and I plan on holding this one for a very long time. So yeah, it's a big milestone.
So, like in a traditional sense, like when you win the junior heavyweight title, you tend to look forward to the world heavyweight title. Is that what you got your eyes on next?
You never know. That's all I can say. You never know.
Have
Never.
you ever had like the opportunity to try to go after a title in the A4 at all?
No. I
No.
Now that you say that, I haven't. Would love to. Definitely love to, but I don't think they want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
don't think they wanna keep their championships where they have them at. Cause yeah, it'd be fun, but yeah, I let them have that.
I just recently had a younger guy from the A4. I had Dallas Cage on here, and he
Great.
was saying he was like, he wants to go after Grayson, and I was like, that's what
Now
everybody should want to go. You should want to go after Grayson.
that would be a fire match. I can get that. I seen him work in person. Boy, that boy's crazy. Dallas Cage, that he's crazy.
Nah, he's good, and
Yeah,
so's his tag partner Byron. They're both
both
really
of
good.
them, both of them. I get the new age coming into the A4, bro. I have my eyes on it, and I'm really impressed. Like it's like, yeah, we got a little new crop of talent coming in now. So it's like, okay, cool. I get to actually sit back this time and actually watch. Like, let me see what they doing and how they coming up. See how it compared to my rise. I want to say not even really a rise. I ain't really done too much in the A4. I haven't won a belt, so it's like I ain't really have too much of a rise, but I just still want to see how they come up in the A4 as well.
Okay, was you able to? Let me dial it back. My
Mm-hmm.
bad. So at the A4 I want to say it was last year. Uh, Sting and Darby Allin made an appearance. They attacked Fox.
Yeah,
Was you there for that?
I was definitely there. I was on that card actually. Yeah,
Can
I
you
actually
tell us
got this.
about
Yeah.
that your match, and then what happened later on with Sting and Darby.
Well, actually, the Sting and Darby thing happened in the beginning, dog. It was so surreal because everybody, I just got back inside the building. Nobody was in the back. I'm like, damn, where the hell is everybody at? So I'm just chilling. I walk. I'm just trying to get in the zone, ready for the match. And all of a sudden, I walk through Gorilla. It's Sting. I'm like, what is he doing here? Like, I really didn't know. I'm like, what is he doing here? He turns around and said, oh, what's up, Sting? Fist bump. Coolest moment ever. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, man, I fist bump Sting, dog. Then he went out there and did his business. I was like, oh, so that's why he's here. Makes sense. But I think, if I can remember, the match was a fatal four way. Can't remember all the competitors. I think I can remember like Pilot 2. I think it was me, Donovan Thomas, um Lucio, and Dante Darko. I think that was the card
It's
for
on
us.
your Instagram, isn't it? The Fatal
Yeah, I
Four
think
Way.
so. Yeah, that's let me actually look. I ain't gonna lie.
It might be. I might have just watched that.
Actually, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Most definitely is. Yeah, it's one. There's actually two on there. The other one was the day actually when I debuted the Swanton 450.
Okay.
That's the other four way. It was me, Neos, Xavier Young, and again Donovan Thomas, Rockstar.
Is
Fun match.
it is it hard topping like a moment like Sting? Like you look at a card and you're like, okay, they started the show with this, and there's people there watching. Is it hard to be like, okay, now I got to go and try to, you know, do better than the Sting spot? Is that something that goes through your mind?
It's Sting. How the hell you gonna top Sting, dog? So you just gonna have to give it your all, brother. You just got to give it your all and go out there and give it 100%. But yeah, I don't think ain't no topping Sting, brother. Or
No,
Darby doing the cover drive. Ain't no topping that.
no.
You try though. You can try.
Did you get to? I know you mentioned the fist bump with Sting. Small little interaction. Um, did you get to have any other interactions with either one of them before they headed out?
It was like a miss. They got in there and got the hell up out of there. So I was like, well, damn. That was all good. Get the fist bump Sting. So like that was all that was me. Not even gonna lie to you. It was like, okay, well, I got at least one on them. I got me one on. So it's like, cool. I got to
That's
check that
what's
one
up.
off. So, yeah.
Because, like, looking at it in hindsight, Sting is one of those guys. He's been in it for decades, since the
Mhm.
'80s. And to be able to even just have the small fist bump moment with Sting's got to be crazy. Like,
Yeah, but you don't expect those type of moments. Like,
mm,
what is he doing? Like, you wouldn't even like Sting in Atlanta on the South Side? Come on now. You would have told me that. I was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna meet Sting on the South Side of Atlanta. But yeah, I met Sting on the South Side of Atlanta.
that's great. Because, like, I mean, as a fan, like, I've never got to interact with Sting. I seen him once at a TNA like house show back in the day. But like growing up trampoline wrestling, I'd paint my
Oh
face like Sting and
yeah.
all that fun stuff. So like to me, it's crazy even being able to be a couple feet away from Sting, having any kind of interaction. Like I don't want to say I envy you, but in a way, I envy you.
No, don't envy me, bro. Don't envy me, brother. We all people. But no, I get
uh,
you though. It's like it's Sting.
it's something that like who knows if anything like that'll ever happen again. Like not only
Exactly
from
though.
like Sting, but like anybody. Like Sting, you got to think less than a year later retires. So
Fact.
those interactions are few and far between.
That's why I was kind of grateful that your boy AR Fox had the AEW deal so we can get that set up because never would have thought that would have happened.
Definitely. Something I want to touch on that recently came about was like WWE just announced the WWE ID.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of guys from the A4 have posted about it. A lot of guys from everywhere have posted about it. Is it something that you've seen, and is it something that you maybe have your eyes on?
Yeah, yeah, of course I've seen it, and most definitely I got my eyes on that. Like that's the end goal right there is to be in the WWE and be actually inside of the WWE ring performing in front of a large crowd. But I think that's if you're not in this business, if you're in this business, that's not your goal. Yeah, you want to be on that lower level type thing. That's kind of not where I want to be at. So it's like, yeah, WWE, it's like actual being able in that family, so to speak. It's like, yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream.
So, like, um, I've asked other guys from the A4 this. Fox is signed to somewhere like AEW. Is it something where you think somebody like Fox wouldn't want that to happen, or do you think Fox is more like, hey, any chance you guys can get, I'm happy for you, and go take your moment.
Any chance you get in this business, shoot for it. Like, don't even wait for it. Like, don't wait for like a yes or a no. Like, you able to do that, and you have it 100% in your mind. Like, oh, I'm ready for this. Go for it. I'm pretty sure that's how you feel about it.
Okay. Which is it's nice to see that because like you got to think technically part of the competition, but he still at the end of the day, um, I'm sure feels some responsibility for the growth of you guys. So like helping you uplift you is it's got to be a blessing.
Oh, it's very much a blessing, bro. Without father, no, without the teaching of father, bro, I wouldn't have know half the stuff that I know now. Not even gonna lie to you. Like the little nuances and all the small things about wrestling is like, yeah, he can get in there and teach you like this is how you do it. Like this is how I would do it. But like you can put your own spin to it, sort of say. But it helps out a lot being around Fox and actually training with him when I was there
Okay,
24/7.
nice. Something else I always like to ask is like, I've heard of some guys going to that school because they knew Fox beforehand, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's other guys that didn't realize who Fox was until after they got there. Which one was you?
I was the latter. I was one of those guys that didn't realize who it was. It's like actually got there. I'm like, oh damn, so this is who it is. Like I've heard the name, but not realized. Like actually put the face with the name. Actually know like, oh, this is his school. Like, oh, he's the head trainer. Oh, so he's going to be teaching us how to be a professional wrestler. Okay, it makes sense now. I'm all in for it. After I realized who he was, yes, I was all in for it.
Um, that's it's. I had a question and it mind blank. I'm new at this. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you good, dog?
um, not. I'll go with a fun question. We all have inspirations or guys that we love to watch, love to see. Who would you say like are your biggest inspirations or guys that you've looked at and said, "Hey, like those are a good reason why I'm here."
You hit me with a good one right there. Of course, I had to say The Rock. One, he'd be like The Rock. You have Bobby Lashley, Sheldon, uh, Jeff Hardy, even though I don't do that much high flying or anything, but Jeff Hardy, of course, just because of his charisma. I can't even talk right now, damn. Charisma and how he would be able to interact with the fans and bring the fans along with him. So it's like, yeah, those type of guys, more like the ruthless aggression era kind of guys, will handle like the tail end of Attitude Era.
Okay. So, like with those guys, are there things that you do in the ring? Like I know we talked about the Swanton, um, and that's definitely from Jeff. But like, are there any other things that you've taken or borrowed from them guys that said, "Hey, let me make it my own"?
I have borrowed his I didn't call Brock Lesnar the F5. I call it the F up. I used it in my debut match against Rico Gonzalez. Went up
Okay.
for he went up for a springboard, set him up, caught him out of midair, and with the effed up. That's probably like the other only move I've ever balled from an actual wrestler that I know of. Other
Okay.
than the Swanton 450. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Um, I remember what I was going to ask earlier. Recently, the A4 had their Wicked event. Was that something that you was able to be a part of at all?
I had to work that day, so I wasn't able to, attend that, but I did get to watch from afar, so I did enjoy it. I did see.
Okay. Have you like there was Alex Kane was on the card. Great guy. I was fortunate enough to have a small conversation with Alex. But have you ever been able to have any interaction with him?
I'm backstage with Alex Kane a couple times, but any real interaction, not to say, no, not really, no. Not no like actual like one-on-one interaction with Alex Kane, but like the group setting, yeah, I have.
Okay. I've
Yeah.
heard, nothing but good things. A lot of guys referred like Travis 3000, guys like that call him like a big brother. So I was
Yeah.
wondering if that was something like maybe you agree with.
Oh yeah, no, he's cool people. I fuck with him. He's cool, like really humble person. So it's like, yeah, he's cool to be around. So yeah, like, I can see the big brother type of name being placed upon him. But yeah, he's a real humble guy. So it's like, yeah, I've been around him. And it's like no bad words about it. To me, I don't know what
Okay.
anybody else feel, but he no bad words.
It seems to be a common thing. Like,
Yeah,
no, but I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Alex Kane, which
nah,
he's also a dude that'll tell you, like, I did the interview with him, and afterwards he was like, "Look, you did this and this and this good. You did this and this and this. Work on."
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
right off the bat. And I was like, I appreciate that. So like he's very to the point. Like he'll tell you exactly how it is, which I wasn't even gonna ask. Um, but he was just like, "Okay, kid, I can tell you just started doing this. Fix these things. You did these great. Good job. I'll talk to you soon."
Oh, yeah, right. That's Alex Kane right there. That's Alex.
um, with him going to MLW, things he's told me is like, one of he might be the first black MLW champion. Him and Willie Mack were the first black main event. Is something like that something that you might think might open the door to like somewhere like an MLW or Impact or NWA?
Of course, of course. Anytime you have a guy with my skin tone actually doing something in this business, actually exceeding expectations, of course, it's going to open more doors and actually open more opportunities. Like, hey, I might want to get this guy right here and bring him in along as well and see what he can do. So yeah, of course, that opens more doors. Is like having people more comfortable or allowing people like us to come in and actually show our talent, actually wow the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like offered any like whether it be like a dark match or extra work? Have you ever done anything like that for one of those companies?
I have not, sir, not yet. But
Okay,
possibilities are endless. But at the moment, no, not yet.
fair enough. Fair enough. Um, Getting into the end of this, I always ask another fun question. It kind of goes back to that inspirations question, but it's Mount Rushmore. I always ask who your Mount Rushmore pro wrestlers are, and why. I think the why is the most important part.
All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you put me on the spot. I bet. Mount Rushmore. I would have to say, of course, The Rock. I'm gonna give you my why later. But
You're good.
The Rock, you have Cena. See, this is where it gets tricky. Next to it, because like it's subjective. I didn't really grow up on him, but you can say Stone Cold. But just before he done, like for the Attitude Era, but I say I haven't grown up on him, so it's like I can't really say he can be on there, but he's on there. You get what I'm saying? But
and then I have to say Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Eddie Guerrero. But I say The Rock because just the way how he captivated the crowd and how he was able, like able to get those people behind him and actually, damn, train thought, boom, just like that, boom.
You're good.
Well,
I know what you mean though. Like he can
yeah,
have a crowd in the palm of his hand
in the fucking
and
palm of his hand and just be
make
able
him do
to,
whatever he wants.
yeah, bro. It's like that. It was like it's like it lights something. It's like, yeah, bro. I want to be able to do that right there. Like have them eating like every word that I say, they waiting on it. It's like, oh wait, she's gonna say this, so I can say it with them. Type things like, yeah, it's like that exciting. It's like, ooh, that's a type of power. It's like I don't know. I think that's why he came back because that type of power, dog, like it's addictive. I already know it is. You have you controlling them. You basically controlling the people. So like it's like yeah, for the Rock. Damn, who did I say? Second one?
Cena.
Cena,
Cena's next.
Of course. I grew up on Cena, dog, all the way from Ruthless Aggression on up. Like that was the guy, dog. Like every time I turned on WWE, it was Cena on there. So it's like, of course, that he's gonna have to be on there. Uh, Remind me again.
Stone Cold and then Eddie.
Stone Cold, yeah, of course, Stone Cold. But without Stone Cold, Attitude Era, don't even think we've been talking about this right now. Not even gonna
Probably
lie.
not.
Probably not. And Eddie, dog, is just like the way the same way how to rock, the way he was able to have the crowd in the palm of his hand is like, wow. It's like, damn. He actually evoked emotion out of me, dog. It's like, I love to watch Eddie Guerrero match. It was like, when he passed, it was like, damn, I won't even be able to see that live anymore. It's like, it sucked. So it's like, of
Yeah.
course. And then I lived through that. So it's like, yeah, it had to happen.
You mentioned Cena. Cena is about to come to the close of his career,
Yeah, yeah.
which as a fan, it's something like as somebody I grew up on Cena too, so it's like this is important. Like it's like if Hogan was to retire or Austin was to retire, like this is our this is our big guy retiring. That like
But
it's like no, it's too soon. Like we still want. Like, is it something that you thought you'd see so soon?
not so soon. Not even gonna lie. Thought he probably would have had like a couple more years left in him. But Father Time waits on no man, as they all say. So I give it to him for sticking around this long, actually being able to watch the crowd and give us excitement and exciting actions for this long. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we hate to see him go. But I will be tuned in to that tour, dog. Of course, I will.
Nah, 100%. It's something that like I went to my dad and my fiance, and it's like, hey, Rumble's coming up. Like, if y'all looking for Christmas presents, you better hook your boy up because I
I'm
ain't never
trying
been
to
to a
tell you,
Rumble, and I gotta see Cena one more time.
I ain't seen him live yet, but I do have this picture that I always kept. Only thing I do have is seen this autograph right here from like what 2010
2012,
around there.
2012, 2013. I want to say
Yeah,
maybe 2014, somewhere in there.
somewhere around there. But my dad got it for me, and I always kept it with me. Like that was one of those things, like the binders in school. That was like my cover binder.
Yep.
Like I would probably like had that like display. Like yeah, I got an autograph from Cena, dog. Like that was it.
I had one from he had the orange shirt on. I think it was like 2010.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have it no more. I lost it. But like that was excuse me, that was the last show I went to with my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And great show. I was Cena and Sheamus main event. I'll never forget it. Tables match.
Yeah.
Cena got the dub, walked out with the title. I was so pissed at the end of the night because like we're all waiting out back watching them, and they're like, Cena's like, I'd come sign them, but they won't let me, and there's security everywhere, and I'm like, come on, man. But I got the $25 autograph thing, but I was like, Cena, come sign my belt, man.
Yeah, man, actually,
R-Truth came and signed it though.
turn up, true. Turn up.
Truth was the only one. He was that was like the first time I think I really went to a show and they wouldn't let the guys sign anything. But
And,
Truth was like, "Forget them. Come here. What's up?"
oh yeah, boy. Can't do nothing but
Yeah.
love True.
Um, Before we go, the last thing I always ask is, and like I try to end it on a good note, and um, I lost you.
Motherfucker, give me 1 second.
Oh, there you are. I was like, I lost him.
Hey,
No, the last thing I always ask is like for a word of advice, whether it's personal or professional, um, to somebody just trying to make it.
trying to make it. Take the risk, dog. Take the risk. If you don't take the risk, you'll never know what you can do. Like for me, like I took the risk of actually like moving away. Like I never thought I'd move away from Mississippi. So like if you don't take that risk, you'll never know how far you be able to go in this business. That's my
Okay,
takeaway.
take the risk.
Take the risk.
I like it. Man, I appreciate it. Um, Great hour of conversation.
Yes, sir.
Um, I'll leave the door open till part two. Once we'll see what happens. Maybe you get that world title and we can come
Right.
talk about it.
And we have more than just that one right here.
Yeah, you'll have a stack of
Trying to
them.
have this, you trying to Drake down, you know what I'm saying? Trying to have all the gold, brother.
Definitely, man. But like I said, I'll leave the door open and we'll leave it on a see you next time.
Hey, bro, see you next time, dog.